Hey guys, it's Indigo here, coming at you with the championship round 3 of 3 vs 3 Grand Arena. This is the championship round, fighting for first place. But before we get into the fights, I just want to do a quick shout out to my patrons. These are guys that support my videos and, want to help me out and help my channel grow. My gold guys, Johnny Cron, Castle, and Wingnut. My silver is Mikayas. And then my other patrons are Spets, Eckel, Lenders, and Kazi. So I just wanted to shout out and tell you guys I appreciate you. It's a good help having some patrons that support my video effort. And if any of y'all out there feel the need, like you want to join in on the fun, the link's right down there in the corner. Patreon.com/Indigo SWGOH, and check it out because there's a chat and like a whole section on my Discord that patrons get access to, and unlisted videos and stuff that I don't make public, just little clips on counters and stuff. So check it out. If you're interested, come join the fun. But let's go ahead and get into the rounds, and I'm going to show you guys how my round 3 went. Okay, so when I logged into Grand Arena to see what was going on, my opponent had already gone in and done what he was able to do. He cleared my bottom South 1 and 2 zones, and then just as I had hoped he would, he got stuck on my North zone. I'll show you the teams I got there. I put my Darth Revan there because he had a Darth Revan, so I figured if he saved it, he could get through, and if he didn't, he would be stuck. So he went a couple rounds on my Nightsisters with MT, and then he got one hold on my Galactic Republic with the GK lead. He did put his Darth Revan up top, so that's going to be a bit of a pickle. This is what he's got down south. He's got First Order, a Kira team with Nest, and then a Bastila team. So let's jump right into it. First up, I want to take out his First Order team. Typically, I use something like my own FO or like JTR, but in this case, his speeds were so slow on this team. I mean, it was like a 166 crew, I think. I mean, sub 200. So I wanted to give it a shot with these bounty hunters that I had. Even though I don't have Django's lead Zeta, I got his unique, and he's pretty fast, and the other ones aren't slouches either. So you can see I'm making decent work. I'm down to just the 2 Kylos. The problem is getting a stun. Now, I didn't check his tenacity. Maybe I should have, or maybe I'm just unlucky. But trying to get a stun on Cruz so I can go to work on him, and that way he won't counterattack. But he keeps countering attack for every double hit that my guys do, so it's just something you got to put up with. But both Django and Boba had that bounty hunter's resolve, and they both lost it there. But, it's still going okay. The battle's still in decent shape. Finally got the stun on Cruz, so now you can really put in some work on him because now he can't counterattack. So much easier. And the contract went off, so they get their bounty hunter's resolve back, so they're in good shape there. And at that point, it's an easy battle. I got Cad there, but even he still has his bounty hunter's resolve, so he's good there. Got the stun on Kylo. Once he's stunned, we can just put in work on him. There he goes. So not my proudest win, but 48 banners using some leftover bounty hunters and stuff that I wanted to try out. I'm going to call it good. Now I got the Bastila team and then the Kira Scoundrel team with Nest, and he's got Cat in there. So let me show you against his Bastila team. I went in with my own, just Kira Nest and then Hermit Yoda. Some people use just Kira Nest, or some people will do just Nest to try and solo the team, but I found out the hard way by losing before. If if you don't have your own Hermit Yoda to help kind of counteract theirs, you're going to be in trouble. Because with Hermit Yoda buffing the opposing Jedi, they could then have enough potency and stuff to land stun and keep Nest kind of sidelined, and then they can do enough damage to either hit through the bonus protection or do it right after she takes her turn and just one-shot her at that point. So we don't want that to happen. We can't be having Nest getting stunned. So as long as you got Hermit Yoda, you can keep the health high, keep the protection going. He has the Zeta where he gets the, gives back protection. And I forget which one it's called, but it's not the one where if you die, he gets all his cooldowns refreshed. It's the other one. But so that helps, and you use that strategically, because if your Nest does get stunned, then you can put on Master's Training again, and it'll get rid of the debuffs. So it's a good way to just get her out of stun. And with Kira having the Master's Training, you're able to keep her alive a little bit longer. She takes up some of the hits and all that, so you can get some damage in. You can see once Ezra's gone, and I'm just working on Bastila, then it's easy because she's the only damage dealer. You just gotta time the moves. Like Kira has that one where she dispels all the buffs, which is great to kind of clean the board and toss Stagger on there. And then she can call an assist. And then it's just all about working on with Nest and calling Nest and trying to get Bastila down. And once she's down, Yoda will retreat. And so it's game over for that team. So it's a really good trio on my side. They're a really versatile team. Thinking about doing a video on all the teams that squad comp can take down, because they can actually take down quite a lot. Okay, here's me going in against his Scoundrels squad. He's got Kira lead with Nest. You just saw how deadly Nest can be under a Kira lead. He's also got Cad Bane there. And Cad Bane, if you don't know, Cad Bane's a support character. I think that's the one it is. But he can get, it's something for like crits. I get a look exactly under Kira's lead. But he can stack 20 speed, 20 speed, and 20 speed. He can do it 3 times. So he can actually get a plus 60 speed bonus under her lead. That's something like not a lot of people are familiar with, the interaction between those two. So it's something that just keep it in your mind, because it might be a way that your opponent's going to outspeed you. I thought I'll go ahead and take in my Jedi Revan. I didn't set him on defense. So I have him for offense. Yoda hits pretty good. And I know from going against it in 5v5, you do enough hits, enough basics, you're going to reduce Nest's, her health down lower and lower until she gets down to like 2 bars. Like back when you first started the game and your characters were all level 1s, just 2 health bars. And she does get that way. Now, this Nest is modded for high tenacity, which is what you want to do to help resist that. He had, I think, 130% tenacity. But, I mean, I have almost that. My Nest will still get knocked down, to 2 bars. But it must be different in 3v3 without GK calling a group hug or Bastila giving buffs, It just must be different not getting those extra hits to knock her down enough, because here I am going, and I even threw it on auto to see if the computer would fight faster and hit faster, and I'm not knocking that health down like I should. Should have been able to knock it down to where it was just back to basics and 2 bars and then 1 shot after that. And in this case, if you watch, you can see how fast Nest is hitting and how hard she hits, where sometimes it's just Jolie left. I mean, I think Kira, Nest, and Hermit Yoda might be able to take on a Jedi Revan team as a Jedi Revan counter. So that's something to keep an eye on. If a player was controlling it instead of the AI, I mean, there might be a legitimate shot of Nest actually just killing them. So you can see I went all the way down to a draw with that stupid team. It irritated me, but my opponent had messed up a couple times, so I did have some leeway. So I go back in with a cleanup team, and a good cleanup team for just solo Nest, there's a lot you can use, but I chose good old Rex with Wampa and then just Chopper for a tank, and the fact that he gives, protection up, and he can just tank out some good hits. So I like Chopper. He does a good job. He can also get rid of buffs, but you really don't have to worry about that when it's just Nest on her own. All you have to do is buy enough time for Wampa to power up a few times to where Wampa can get a big hit in here or there. All it takes is one good one. It just has to be powered up enough. So that's all I'm doing. I'm trying to keep Rex alive just to get a little bit extra points, But every hit that Nest gets is, does a number on Rex because he's so squishy. So there he went. Nothing I could do about that. But Wampa's not going anywhere. I mean, my Wampa's built pretty strong. And then Chopper, of course, always taunting. Well, at least takes some of the hits off. So that's good. But not really needed because there was Wampa. And if you didn't see it, that was a 40k hit. Just, boom, knocked Nest down. So that was the end of that. Get to show you what's in the next zone back there that he's got in the back. And at this point, I'm thinking of the strategy. There are no good counters as far as Darth Revan and Bastila Fallen and Malik. I mean, everything is dicey. Maybe you'll counter, maybe you won't. So I'm going to just start doing what I got to do, making sure I do the rest of the map more efficient than him and not worry about, do I need to clear his Darth Revan and see what's behind there? I mean, it's a strategy. It's part of the way you can choose to play the game. And here it's all about, let's both put stopping blocks in N1 and who can be more efficient on the rest of the map. So I take my Bastila team against a Karth team. For those of you that don't know this team makes a really good 3v3 counter if you have it available because they resist all the dots. That extra tenacity they have will make sure none of the dots land on you, and then you get the bonus protection at the start. So chances are, depending on who they focus on, they're not even going to get through that bonus protection, and you're going to end up getting a perfect score. I chose Qui-Gon Jinn in here just because he has a Dispel and he can call an assist. And also he's the only other Jedi that I have at Gear 12. So he fits nicely in this team. And I mean, it's good because you can get rid of the taunt on Zalbar and you can call usually Ezra, but even Bastila, they both hit pretty hard. So it's good that he has those moves that he actually fits in as long as you can keep him alive. And so making short work of that team and now just kind of dogpiling on mission there. And that's about it. So 54 banners for that match. Perfect score. And that's what I need. Now he's got a Scoundrel team. And I'm sure there are other counters for this and things you could do, but I have no reason to save any firepower. If I know I'm stuck at N1 just like he is, I'm going to use my good stuff and make sure I clean it in one battle. So go ahead and take in CLS with Han and Chewie. Try and focus on Vandor first as much as I can to get him down before he gets prepared. Able to knock him out right there. There goes L3. Now it's just young Lando and he can't do anything. So good enough for that one. 53 banners. We'll call that one good. So now he's got all clear in the back. Is just his N1 zone. And he killed both of my teams in N1. So I got to go kill both of his teams without messing up. So that way I can have, more points. Get a better point advantage. So he's got some Nightsisters there, and then he's got his Bosk Bounty Hunter team. So for Nightsisters, go ahead and send in my Treya. I chose not to use Scion because Thrawn's better for, I think is better for control. Using his Fracture is very helpful because I can either Fracture Zombie or like I did where I can throw Turn Meter to Treya and then first turn she can go first, use her Isolate on Zombie, and then that's just that much quicker that Isolate will come back around. So it gives you more options, and it lets you top up your protection and send Turn Meter wherever you want it to. So you have a good chance of ending the battle with perfect banners because you have a supreme amount of control with this team. So the way it works, you don't have to worry about the stuns and all that, obviously, because Treya's there and she's just going to cleanse the debuffs off Scion. All you had to worry about, and you don't have to worry about MT's lead of bringing back the zombies. So annihilated MT. Now I just got Asajj there and Zombie, and it doesn't really matter what I want to do. I mean, I could kill her regularly, okay, and then Zombie's gonna die a couple times, big deal. But you can just bide your time until Annihilate comes again. See right there, I got Isolate up. I can just Isolate Zombie, and then throw that over to, Nihilus. He can Drain Force, so I don't have to worry about heals or specials from Asajj going on. And I just keep putting work into her. She's red barred. Kill her, but Zombie dies. But it doesn't matter because Thrawn's Fracture is going to come up next turn. Annihilate's going to come up next turn. So there's a lot of different options with this team. Right here I got Fracture. I can decide what do I want to do. So I Fractured Asajj. I got Annihilate ready, but I don't want to waste it on Zombie. So removed his taunt. I can go after, and the only reason I did it this way is because I wanted to drag the battle out a little bit and try to top up protection and get perfect banners. Once you're down to just 2, you can manipulate it how you want. And so that's what I was doing here, is just trying to make it last so that way I could go ahead and get the protection up. And it worked out. So 54 banners for that team. Good win, Nightsisters are always tricky. So this next one, let me show you guys this. Look at Kylo's speed, okay? 231. This means effectively he's 261, okay? So I usually cut this part out of my videos when I go check the speeds and all that. But I wanted you guys to see this because this must be some kind of bug or glitch that they got going on. So he's 231, effectively 261, and that's my Kylo, my first order. Now I'm going to show you guys the enemy team, and check this out, because I like to use my Kylo against enemy bounty hunter squads. Their Bosk, if I outspeed him, and usually I do, I can just use Kylo's special for a 2-turn stun and keep control of that battle. So here's the enemy Bosk, okay? 256. 256, and I'm effectively 261. I should go first. But look at that. I start the battle, and what happens? Bosk taunts. So it threw me for a loop for a second because I'm like, how am I going to play this? It's a pain when he gets that taunt off first. That's why I chose this team. So that's a glitch. He's not supposed to get the taunt off first. I was supposed to go first. But you play the hand you're dealt. There's no use crying about it. So when that does happen and Bosk does go and get the taunt off, you got to go balls out on Bosk and get him down. You can't stop and wait until he takes protection down on your weakest enemy and loses the taunt. It's going to be too late because you don't want them to get the contract off if at all possible. It makes it 10 times harder. So focus on Bosk and just go balls out, man. You just got to use Executioner and keep whacking at him and taking chunks of protection off and hopefully your Executioner has good damage. That's how you should be making him, to where he can do some good damage. Once that protection's gone, Bossk loses his defense, so then it's easier to take him down. But he does get health back, so you got to make sure that you go until he's dead. You don't want to switch your focus to like Boba Fett or Dengar. Dengar will stealth anyway, but you don't want to switch. You want to get Bossk down out of the picture and then work on Boba Fett. Because chances are, if you have Executioner and Stormtrooper and crew, Boba's execute isn't going to be able to one-shot him like he would if it was First Order officer or somebody squishy. So just keep that in mind. You can still win if they're faster. It's just a pain. So took care of that. Now it's just Dengar and 53 banners. You know, good enough for rolling with the punches, I guess. Anyway, that's the glitch that I ran into. I think it's a glitch. I should be going first. And I'll tell you why that happened. Why that happened is I moved mods after the lock. Like the other day I moved around mods, and now my crew is 225. And so he would be 255, which is one tick slower than the enemy Bossk that was at 256. So somehow it counts my mods speed that I have now, even though it showed 231, and that's right from the battle screen. So that's something they need to get on and fix, you know. But this is the map. This is what happened. I'm at 1626 to my opponent's 1604. I was more efficient than he was. Neither one of us touched the other's Darth Revan squad. No point in me doing it. I got nothing left. And I'm sure he doesn't either. I tried to invite him to a chat and told him, you know, hey, we're against each other in GA, good match. The ball's in your court now, it's up to you. And he declined my chat invitation. He didn't want to talk about it. So that's it. I should win this one. We'll see you guys next time around. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.